Hey, welcome back to the Fit Refresh channel. My name is Sarah Martinez. I'm a health coach and weight loss specialist who helps my clients find their happy, healthy selves without using confusing information or weird gimmicks. I do a live event every week, and then, of course, I put it up here on YouTube. Today's topic, 10 exercise and stretches to help the pro sitter. Let's go. All right, don't forget to subscribe, like this video if you find it helpful, and of course, ask questions. I will always try to get back to you as fast as possible to try to answer all the questions that you might have. So if you happen to have a job where you are just sitting all day long, and there's lots of jobs that fall within this category, you're gonna find similar ailments almost in every single case. A lot of the time there's back pain, shoulder pain, headaches, and it comes from a continued time of either hunching over, coming over a keyboard, looking down if you're texting or writing a lot on, even the old-fashioned writing on paper, right? You're still going to find yourself kind of hunched over, and because your mind is working, the rest of your body isn't really going to engage that well. So we want to get some exercises and stretches in our life that are going to help us remobilize our body and help us stay fresh and aware, and of course get the most benefit possible from our work environment, right? We want to produce the best way while we're working. We want to feel good. So doing these exercises and stretches are going to help you stay on track and stay positive. So just to kind of go over a few things here, let's talk about what types of things happen when you sit for long periods of time. Well, first of all, if you're immobile, your body is going to not circulate your blood flow as well. So the actual act of motion helps to get your blood moving from the upper region of your body to the lower region. So by sitting all day, you're kind of letting your blood pool in certain areas, which can cause, the feeling of tiredness. It can cause chronic problems of depression. So there's lots of reasons why your body needs to continue to have a good blood circulation. One of the big issues is back pain. I would say more times than not when I have clients come to me and want help with personal training, and a lot of the time it's to help strengthen up their back. When you sit for long periods of time, you are not activating your core. You are stretching your back for long periods of time, and then you stand up and all of a sudden your body goes, oh wait, these are muscles I'm not using. So everyone's had that experience, right? Where you come up from sitting from a long time and you can't even stand up straight. You're just like kind of hunched over and you're like, trying to get yourself to stand up straight. It's because essentially you've stretched your muscles for hours, maybe even just 30 minutes. And your body now in that prolonged state, the muscles tend to relax. They're not getting their movement. And therefore, when you stand up, you might feel a little more pressure in weird places. Just in general, weakened muscles. And that's because you're not using them. If you're sitting for long periods of time, you are not activating your muscles. Getting that activation is going to help strengthen up your muscles without even having to do any big major workouts, just movement. Another big red flag of sitting for long periods of time is just posture. And it happens without us even knowing that it's happening, right? All of a sudden our shoulders start to roll over, our chin comes down to our chest, we're typing, and then it isn't until you come out of it and you realize, oh my God, my neck hurts, my head hurts. It causes strain on your eyes. There's a lot of negative effects from bad posture. And then, possible weight gain. So if you're sitting for long periods of time, you are not burning calories at a faster rate. Therefore, most likely, if you haven't changed any kind of eating habits, you are going to get into a state of weight gain. So trying to offset that is always going to be a huge key to making sure that your fat loss or your weight loss is on a continual movement downward. So the first thing I want to talk about is 5 exercises that are going to help you feel better, get that circulation, also help the muscles that you are kind of stretching out for long periods of time. So we want to find a way to re-engage those muscles so that you can feel better, work better, stay more attentive. So let's go through this process. I'm going to kind of tell you a little bit about it, and then I'm going to show you a video so you have kind of a clear picture. I shot these videos myself, so don't mind the area that I thought was kind of clean, but ends up there was stuff in the background. But what are you going to do? So the first video that I'm going to show you is a exercise called the dead bugs. So in this position, you're on your back, your hands and your legs are alternating, dropping down and reaching opposite arm, opposite leg. Big note here is that you want to make sure your back is flat on the ground. So this particular exercise is going to help engage your abs. It's also going to help increase blood flow. So that movement, the opposite arm, opposite leg movement is going to help create that blood flow through your body. The great thing about doing this exercise too is because you're on the ground, it is easier to support your low back, and so it allows you to really dig into your core. I recommend doing this exercise for about 30 to 60 seconds. In fact, all 5 exercises from 30 to 60 seconds each. All right, exercise number 2 is the fire hydrant. So fire hydrant is a really great exercise. You're going to be on all fours. You're going to take one leg and just keep it in that 90-degree angle, lifting that leg away from the other and then slowly bringing it down to meet the other leg. You're on all fours, so your back is flat, your belly's pulled in. This is going to help start to engage your glutes. So another great exercise you can use for those glutes are hip lifts. So you're going to lay down on the floor, feet are going to be flat, and you're just going to put your hands palms down, and you're going to just lift your hips up to the sky and then drop your butt down. Don't set it back down on the ground though. So make sure when you drop your butt down, you still give yourself about 1 inch before your butt hits the ground, and then push it right back up again. You're going to work your hamstrings, which is the muscle that goes up the back of your leg, just underneath your booty. And then you're also going to work your butt there as well. You're also going to feel a little bit of a stretch and work in your low back, which is part of your core musculature. So the way that your core wraps around your spine to keep your body contained, that muscle is going to come around and it's going to get engaged when you're doing hip lifts. Like I said before, another part of your body that gets a lot of stretching, because if you're hinged forward, shoulders are down and your back is rounded, you're stretching out your back muscles and engaging your chest. So everything in the front is squeezed and everything in the back is relaxed. So you want an exercise that's going to help engage your back muscles so that you can sit up straighter. That blood flow again is going through your entire body and you'll feel fantastic. So my next recommendation would be a back engagement exercise. So in this exercise, your arms are going to start by the side of your body, and all you're going to do is just shrug your chest forward and then relax back to the original position. So you're squeezing through the middle of your back, opening up your chest, showing you from the side as well. You're just reaching back, jutting your chest forward, and then releasing and putting your shoulders back to where they started. The other variation of this is the W. So you'd reach your fingertips up high and then pull your elbows down wide, making a W shape with your arms. Again, squeezing through the middle of your back, engaging your back here, and giving yourself a little stronger support for your postural muscles. This is a great exercise. You do have to think about the squeeze though. So when you bring your arms down, you're squeezing through the middle of your back. Always want to exhale when you squeeze. The last exercise I encourage you to do, again on your little break from your daily work routine, is a wide squat. Now, the wide squat is going to look like you're just sitting and standing, but what you're going to start to do is engage your inner thighs and outer thighs together, and you're going to engage your butt when you come up to the top. So here you are, you're going to stand, take your feet apart, toes are pointing out to 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock on a regular old analog clock, right? You're going to drop your butt back so that your weight is in your heels, step out just like I did in the front. This is the side view, pushing your weight back behind you, and then stand up and of course squeeze your butt at the top. So again, that's going to give you engagement all through the lower half of your body. It's going to keep your body strong. That way, when you sit back down again, you'll find that posture will just automatically kind of come back into your body, and you'll have strengthened up those muscles that are just getting stretched all day long. Okay, we just covered 5 exercises that are great if you're sitting for long periods of time. Now I want to talk about the stretches that you need to do. So, like with the exercise portion, you're sitting for prolonged periods of time, so there's certain areas of your body that are stretching. So your exercises are there to engage your already stretched muscles. So now with stretches, what we want to do is take the areas that are engaged while you are doing your work, and we want to relieve them of some of their pressure. right? And when you combine the 5 exercises and the 5 stretches together, you're going to feel a lot less pressure on your body. The first exercise I want to talk about is called a hip opener. So when you're sitting for long periods of time, you can kind of take a look at yourself, even right now while you're watching this video. That crease from where your hips hit your legs, those are called your hip flexors. When you sit for prolonged periods of time, those hip flexors are engaged and squeezing. That's why when you go to stand up, sometimes it's hard to stand up straight right away if you've been sitting for a long period of time. Because those hip flexors are so tight, it takes a moment for them to release and allow you to get to your full body extension. So here's the stretch that I would recommend you do. This is a hip flexor stretch. You would just be on your knees, step your right or left foot forward first, and then just lean in to that front leg. The big key here, though, make sure that your knee does not pass your toe. It should be right above your heel as you come down for your stretch, and you can feel that through your hip flexor in the front of the leg. You can also do this stretch standing with pretty much the same exact position if you have any kind of knee issues. Hip flexors are a very, very important place to stretch on a regular basis. Hip flexors will be the common cause of a lot of low back pain and a lot of knee pain. So if your hip flexors are tight, everything else is going to react to those over-tightened hip flexors. So stretching those, keeping those up and open will allow you to stand up straighter, taller, feel better, and also increase more circulation. The next stretch is one that's great to do while you are just sitting at your desk and taking a quick moment to just stretch your body out, and it is a spinal twist. So in this exercise, all you're going to do, take your hand, come back behind your chair, take your front arm and just kind of pivot it right next to the side of your leg to help give yourself just a little extra torque so that you can keep your chest tall, your spine long, and just get that nice stretch throughout your midsection. Again, focusing on relaxing your shoulders down, making sure that you're breathing the whole time, and sitting into the stretch until you feel just a little bit of a release from the exercise or stretch that you're doing. So that twist is going to help stretch out your core musculature, especially if you find yourself hunched over for long periods of time. This is going to help to bring that back up, get that little transverse movement. It will also help with circulation throughout your body as well. Another great stretch to do, and again, one you can do while you're sitting down and doing your work, is your chest stretch. So like I was saying before, when you go for prolonged periods of time, you're going to start to find that rounding in your shoulders. You're going to start to feel that pressure in your neck. So the key is trying to open up that chest again. So we did those back exercises to help engage your back, but now we want to stretch the chest so that it can work better when you're doing your back exercises. So with your chest stretch, let's go and take a look. You're going to take your hands, bring them down behind your chair, and then you're just going to open your chest up to the ceiling. Chin is going to be up, and you're going to lengthen your spine out as much as possible. Keep your chest moving forward, slight arch of your back, and you'll feel that stretch through the front of your body. So great stretch. I love that one. Anytime you're feeling a little overwhelmed, takes a moment to take your face off your screen and allows you to really stretch out the front of your body. This next one, you are going to have to get up out of your chair to do. It is a cat-cow stretch. So you're going to hold onto the back of your chair. Same motion you did with your last chest exercise. You're just going to look up towards the ceiling, arch your back so your belly drops to the floor, and then exhale as you push your back up to the sky and you look down towards your belly button. So this is, again, a great exercise, a great stretch with being able to open up your back and open up your chest. So you're stretching both here to kind of get yourself a well-rounded stretch that will get you up out of your chair, gets a little more circulation in your body, and again, helps to stretch out the muscles that are getting overworked throughout the entirety of your day. Our last stretch that I want you to focus on is the forward fold. So this one's a standing exercise, standing stretch, and all you're going to do is drop yourself down. So you're going to come straight down towards the floor, trying to keep your legs as straight as possible, maybe a tiny bend in your knees, holding on to opposite elbows, and then take a nice inhale. As you exhale, drop your fingertips to the ground, slowly roll yourself back up to the top. That stretch, again, it's going to stretch out everything in the back of your body. Hey guys, that's it. So that's 10 exercise/stretches that you can do throughout your day to help make sure that you're engaging your body in the right way, helping with circulation, helping with stretching and engaging the muscles that you need to be able to maintain good posture, decrease back pain. Ta-da! Recommendation, go 30 to 60 seconds on each one of those exercises. So maybe you take up 10 minutes of your day to sit and do this series and help yourself get a little stronger. So till next time, I'll be back next week and we will talk about a new subject that's just going to blow your mind, I'm sure. Till next time.